Good afternoon. Welcome. I expect we all know why we're here. Pardon, what was that? Who am I? Well, I'll get there in just a moment, but I think we all know that you are all here today because you are incredibly bad and naughty people. Oh, the shame of it, I tell you. Anyway, we are here to box your collective ears from a polite distance.
You guys find any shoes?
What's that?
You guys find any shoes?
We expect a well-behaved and, above all, a compliant audience. Yes? And I ought to warn you at this point that, if not, we have sticks, and we know how to use them. We are Hadis and Daiko, appointed to you by the Committee for Proper Thinking to handle your acoustic discipline this afternoon. How many of you have been with us here before? Ah, recidivists, what fun. How many of you are here for the first time? I'm telling you now, your ears will never be the same shape again. We'll now begin, and you will enjoy your correction because correction is good. You know it's good because Connie Mark II tells you so, and Connie Mark II is your friend. Well done. And now I'm going to have Greg come up and tell you about your first course of correction.
Okay, my turn to talk. And I have that pleasure because this next piece I happen to, you can blame me for it. I take full responsibility. It's entitled Childish. A lot of the songs we play range the gamut between very serious, very happy-go-lucky, and everything in between. So if there is a theme for this one, it's to act kind of goofy and as you would if you were 6 years old. So I think everyone's ready from what I can see from the lights. So without further ado, this will be Childish.
Hello, my friends, and welcome. I am Steve. Thank you so much for coming out this afternoon. Hi there. I heard by round of applause, but let me get a show of hands. Whose first re-education is this? Very good. You'll be back. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about how we learn and communicate our music to one another. Unlike Western notation, there's no systematic set of notes that we use. Instead, we do something called kuchishoka, which means mouth-nose in Japanese, and it's a way to vocalize the notes that we're playing. So, for example, Al here, if he would be so kind, will demonstrate a hit to the middle of the drum, which can be don or doko. Thank you very much, Al. Round of applause. And now Greg will demonstrate for us a hit on the rim of the drum, which is either a ka or a kata. Round of applause. All right, so the first song that very many taiko players learn is called Matsuri, and there's a million different flavors of this song. It seems like every group has their own spin on it. But Matsuri is a Japanese festival, and a lot of it is similar or the same. There's one particular rhythm that is almost ubiquitous in every Matsuri song, and that rhythm, now pay close attention, re-educators, listen, because you will be repeating it back to me in just a moment. So that first rhythm is don, 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 kara, ka, ka. So on the count of three, very loud, I want them to hear us in the hall, despite the fact that the doorways are closed. They will wonder what is going on, and they will come in for their re-education. So, on the count of three, 1, 2, 3. Don, 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 kara, ka, ka. Very good. And now Greg and Al will demonstrate what that sounds like on the drum. So if you guys would, I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3. All right, very good. Round of applause for everyone. All right, so now comes the fun part. I'm going to throw some rhythms on these guys, and we'll see if we can trip them up. So, Al, I'll have you go first. Doro tsuku don don. Yes, sir. Wonderful, very good. All right, Greg, you're next. Dodo kata, don, don, don. Beautiful, very good. As you can see, Al and Greg are, they've been advanced re-educated, so they're well on their way.
I was never educated in the first place.
See, he's a blank slate, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Al, here's your next rhythm. Dodo kat, dodo kat, dodo kat, dodo kat, 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 kat. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Dodo kat, dodo kat, dodo kat, dodo kat, 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 kat. One too many. Once more. Dodo ka, dodo ka, dodo ka, dodo ka, 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 ka. Wonderful, very good. All right, here comes the last one. Greg, if you would. Don kara, doko kara, don ka, doko kara, don, don, dokon, ko, don, don, don. Don kara, doko kara, don ka, doko kara, don, don, dokon, ko, don, don, don. And the crowd goes wild! All right, thank you very much for your participation.
Okay, time for me to talk again. And again, I get the privilege because I happen to be responsible, once again, for the next upcoming song. This next one is a couple years old, I guess, entitled Of Sky and Clouds. The idea is, again, all different styles of, same basic instruments, just different styles of playing them. The idea behind this one is soft and flowy, cotton candy, clouds, that kind of thing. But we're going to still hit the drums hard, so don't have to worry about that. One of the things about this song, which makes it a little different than some of the others, is there's a little fouet kind of interlude about 2/3 of the way through. So obviously, these are drums. You might have picked up on that. The fouet is the Japanese bamboo flute, which adds just a nice little other sound besides drums. But drums are cool. So, okay, everybody's out on stage. So I guess it's time for me to stop talking and start playing. So, Of Sky and Clouds.
Wow, you really can't see anyone up here. It's not good.
It's all right, they're out there.
That's what they want you to believe. All right, my name is Marit. I'm the ginger that talks every year. Our next songs, woo! Ginger power. Our next song is one of our personal favorites, Omiyage, and it shall be one of yours too, because Omiyage, as some of you may know, is Japanese for gift. And this year, originally, Omiyage was the gift of Shoji Kameda to the North American Taiko community for the giving spirit of the North American Taiko community. But this year, Omiyage comes to you as a special gift from on high, from our leader, Mark II. All hail. Thank you. So, as some of you may have noticed, there is lots of screaming going on stage and backstage. No one is dying that we know of. This is what we call ki-ai, and as some of you may know from seeing previous Taiko performances, ki-ai is how we show our spirit. It is how we support the Taiko players on the stage. And for such a gift as Omiyage, we would appreciate it if you would show your support, by shouting out and supporting the players as they come on stage and as they are playing. Can you do that? Oh yeah! Okay, with that, please enjoy Omiyage. I'm back. So this is the point in the performance where your re-education turns from traditional-ish Japanese music and starts veering towards the supremely nerdy. You all have been well indoctrinated. Our next song is called Tonderu Ryosh, or Flying Hunters, and I had the misfortune of writing it. You can't, I will be running away afterwards, so you can't find me. So it is inspired by an anime, actually, which some of you may have heard of called Attack on Titan. For the 5 people in the audience who have not heard it, know what it is. Load, buffering. No, stop. Okay. Technology is your friend. So this song was written inspired by the soundtrack of Attack on Titan, which is fabulous because I got supremely obsessed with the anime. And what anyone normal does is goes and writes a Taiko song when they get obsessed with it. So with that, please enjoy Tonderu Ryosh.
So here we are again. You know, just looking at you, I can't tell, I don't think that any of you are even remotely sorry. Well, in that case, we're just going to have to leave conventional methods and traditional methods behind, aren't we? Which means that now we're going to have to get thoroughly nerdy. Be advised that we slaughtered most of the players last year just to prove a point. Summon the dwarves. We're going to show you, perhaps remind you, what happens when the little people decide to take on unplanned travel. Now, in case you feel like you haven't been fully re-educated today, you may want to know when we will be holding our next re-education seminars and when you can next have your eardrums abused in a similar fashion. The first opportunity is Minneapolis Sister Cities Day. That's on July 19th, 1 to 5 p.m. on Nicollet Island. Yes?
They're in the con room.
There's orcs in the con suite?
Con suite! Con suite!
Wait, I'm not dressed for orcs? Wait a minute. Yeah. It's hard to get good outfitters for orcs these days. All right. Now, what was that about
The
orcs?
orcs are in the con suite!
Then go out, ride out, and meet them. While they're out there being slaughtered, I don't suppose you could play something on the flute, could you?
You gonna eat all those?
Probably not.
Bring out your dad!
I'm not dead yet.
And good night. Such a senseless waste of life. All right, so where did I leave off? Yes, we'll be at Nicollet Island and then at the Japanese Lantern Lighting Festival at Como Park on the 23rd of August at 3 p.m. I think the festival starts at 2. We play at 3. So you can watch our calendar on Facebook. We try to post everything that you can conceivably attend that has us making noise at it there. It's a good place to track your re-education opportunities. Also, please let us know what you think. I think I've got a general idea from what you've said already tonight, but in case you want to elaborate, please do visit us on Twitter and on Facebook. You can find our name rather easily. Just remove the gap between Hadi-sen and Daiko, and you should have no trouble finding us. If you have trouble with that, check a poster, check a t-shirt, but not too close. There are policies in place. Finally, you can always visit our website at hadisendaiko.com. That will get you to either of the other properties to find things out. And if you want to learn to play Taiko yourself, which is a frequent question we get, there are 2 immediate resources that you can avail yourself of. The first is a website called Kadone. Just Google for it. It'll be easy to find, in which some of the teachers of our teachers are actually putting online courses on Taiko basics. Some songs, it's a pay service, so you pay for lessons, but you can practice in your own home and away from the judging eyes of people who maybe know what they're doing. The other opportunity is with Mu Performing Arts' education program. Mu Daiko has a taiko presence in the community for a very long time. Some of us are students and some of us are ex-performers with Mu Daiko, and they do have an ongoing course program. If you want to learn to play taiko with real drums in person, that's probably your best bet here in the city. And then finally, before we just finish as such, if you have other questions, if you want to ask us anything specific, or ask me why I was allowed to bring firearms on stage, then you can come up and Al and I will be here to answer questions for a little while here. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you are mentally pointed in the correct direction now and that Connie Mark II will be pleased. That was better than when you came in. Thank you.